All right, so today we are introducing a new plugin that can be used on your MPC software and most importantly on your MPC standalone units. It is called Lo Fly Dirt. Now, I'm very familiar with this plugin because when I was producing a lot on my iOS device, this was one of the plugins I used to use to kind of add a little grit to sounds. So now that Akai has brought it over to the standalone units, your boy is actually pretty happy about that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and take a listen to Lo Fly Dirt. Bolo! All right, before we get started, if you guys are trying to get a new MPC or just anything for your studio, make sure you guys go ahead and click that link in the description and head over to Zounds.com. Zounds has a whole bunch of stuff on the site, and they have a whole bunch of stuff on the site that requires no credit or background check. Usually stuff that's like $900 or less. So that means you can go ahead and order it, they will ship it to you, and then you can just make monthly installments on the items. All you just need is a credit or debit card hooked to the account. Now, it's not everything on the site, like I said, but most of the stuff that's like $900 or less, you guys can go ahead and get with no credit or background check. So make sure to go ahead and click my link in the description and go to Zounds.com and get you some gear today. And also, once you get the gear, you're going to need to protect the gear, and the best place to go to is Analog Cases. Analog Cases has cases that fits just about everything in your studio, and it will protect your gear in the studio. So if you guys want to protect your gear, make sure you guys go ahead and click my link in the description. Go to the Analog Cases website, search for the case that you need. They have cases for microphones, keyboards, MPCs, whatever you need, they have cases for them. So click my link in the description, head over to Analog Cases, and get your gear protected today. So what is Lo Fly Dirt? Basically, it's an effects plugin, but it's a kind of a dirty plugin, if you know what I mean. But it's a very cool plugin. They modeled it after a few iconic drum machines, and if you use it the right way, it can give you the right type of distortion, compression, a little bit of crunch to your sound that you may like. Now let's take a look at the plugin and just kind of go over it real quick. Now we're using the MPC X Special Edition in standalone mode, and as you guys can see, this plugin is very simple. Now, as you guys can see, they have 6 available modes on this plugin. The first mode is the MSXII, which is the default mode. Just some simple saturation and a little bit of compression just to bring some nice little tones out of your sounds. The next is the Lo-Fi 60. Now, this is based on an iconic drum machine, you know, the 60. I think we all know which drum machine they're talking about. Now in this mode, they add 12-bit saturation, and you can really hear that ring in this mode. There's a small amount of compression on there too, and it has like a rounded high end, and it sounds pretty good like if you want to add it on drums or just anything that you want to put it on. But definitely you're going to hear that high end ring to it. Now we got 2 404 modes as well. We have the 404F and the 404V. Now this mode is like a low pass filter. It's very cool to use if you're trying to use like that low pass filter effect on it, and especially if you're trying to do this in a live setting. Like, it's really cool to actually use the knobs and kind of roll the low pass filtering on this. The next one is the 404V, and this adds like that vinyl type of a sound to it, and you can really crank the thing up if you want to, or you can kind of pull it back, and we'll talk about that too. The next one is the 1200. And we all kind of know what drum machine they're talking about. This gives it a little more punch than the Lo-Fi 60 mode, and it has a little bit of a mid-frequency boost, but you know, it's kind of exaggerated on here to me. And the cool thing about it is you can really exaggerate the sounds of this thing. Like, you can really take your sounds and exaggerate the dirt in those sounds by using these modes. Now the next mode is the 8-bit mode. This kind of emulates that classic 8-bit video console game type of a sound. It's actually pretty cool, and if you use it the right way, it'll be kind of cool to add these on your sounds. And the last mode is the SK5. This is an exaggerated 8-bit lo-fi type of a mode that will like really push your sounds to like a whole nother level, really just mangle them up and just have them sounding like really 8-bitish. If that's a word. Now the next thing you'll see right here is a character knob. This knob is basically like a mix knob. Like, if you want to add the effect more, you just turn it up. If you don't want to add that much of the effect, you just turn it down. That's what it pretty much is. Now, this plugin comes with 2 sliders. There's an in and an out slider. And depending on how you want to push your signal into the plugin, you can actually exaggerate how this plugin works. And you can have the out slider to kind of control the level of how loud and how low you want this thing to be. So if you kind of mess with those sliders, you can actually like exaggerate the effect, or you can kind of pull back on the effect. You just gotta kind of mess with it, and you can really come up with some really dope stuff. Now, of course, it comes with a menu with some presets in it. And if you go through and you kind of mess with it and find something that you like, you can go ahead and actually save that user preset as well. So I have a quick beat that I made. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Lo Fly Dirt on here, and I'm gonna show you guys a few ways you can use this plugin. Now, the first way to use this plugin is actually to use it on individual sounds. Like I have it on this sound right here, and I'm just gonna go through a few of the modes so you guys can hear what it does to the sound. Kind of crazy, ain't it? I'm telling you, this thing, it ain't no joke. Now, as you guys can see, when I actually use the in and out slider, it actually changed the effect of the sound. And then when I added some character or pulled back the character, you see that it kind of exaggerated the sound as well. Now, another thing you can do is add this to your completed track. All you have to do is go to your master output, which I have it on 1 and 2, and I can add this as an insert effect. Now I can actually go through all the different modes and figure out something that I actually like. Yeah, it can get real dirty. Real dirty. And as you guys can see, you can really apply these effects in real time, especially for people who like to do live sets. And to make things even better, everything in this plugin is automated. So you can automate these effects on the single tracks, or you can automate these effects on your whole track if you want to. So if you're interested in getting the Lo Fly Dirt, go ahead and click my link in the description, head over to the Akai website, and go ahead and get it today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.